Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aiden, and as it's still Air Max month, we're going to keep this train going with my latest Air Max 1 pickup. So in today's review, we will be taking a look at the women's exclusive Nike Air Max 1 in the white safari colourway. Now, I know I'm a little bit late to the party, unfortunately, and you've probably already seen a bunch of reviews for these already. So with that in mind, I definitely do really appreciate every one of you for tuning into this video right now. But since I'm late already, I don't want to hold you guys up on the intro. So without any further ado, sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So first things first, before we take a look at the shoes, just like we always do, let's just start this off with the packaging. And unlike the last pair of Air Max 1s we reviewed, unfortunately we do just get your pretty boring, bog standard red Nike sportswear box. So I guess, it's just back to the norm for this one. Now if we do just take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the women's Nike Air Max 1 Safari in the Summit White and the Phantom Sail colourway. And this is a UK size 9 as it is a personal pair. So that's the size label for anyone who wants to check it out. Pause the video if you do. There you go. And then if we do open up the box itself, on the inside we just have your pretty standard white tissue paper. But underneath that, we have what we came for. So let's go ahead and get straight into the shoes. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 1 in the white safari colourway. Now I will be completely honest with you guys, I almost considered actually not picking these up. Now it has nothing to do with the shoe itself, but because it's Air Max month and because of all the Air Maxes that are actually releasing, I almost considered not getting these just because of everything else we've already picked up at the start of March. So already we picked up these soft grey crepes and the Liverpool Air Max 1s, both of which already have reviews on the channel. If you do want to check them out after this one, I will leave a link to them above. And then outside of that, we have the white cements, we have the shimmers, we have so many other amazing Air Max 1 releases that I was almost considering just leaving these where they were. That happened to then change quite drastically when somebody called Brian, who is a very good guy, messaged me on the day of release with a cheeky discount code to help me get these for under retail. And for under retail, for obvious reasons, I honestly couldn't pass up the chance to get them.
Shut up and take my money!
And with that said, fast forward, we have them now, we're ready to do the review. So Brian, as always, shout outs to you. Now, even as I'm sat here doing this review for you guys right now, I do believe that this shoe is pretty readily available. A lot of the bigger sizes have already sold out, unfortunately, but being that it's a women's release, I suppose that is to be expected. But if you are tuning into this video today to decide if this is something you want for your personal collection as well, in this review, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know, from materials through to sizing. So by the end of this video, you can decide for yourself whether this is something you're going to pick up for your collection as well. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with. This shoe has got me feeling like Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff with Summertime right around the corner.
Runs, please!
Featuring a really nice colour block of both white and sail, and of course incorporating that safari print on the mudguard. This shoe is definitely going to be a head turner this summer. With that in mind, if we kick this off from the front of the shoe and we'll gradually work our way back, at the base of the shoe we do have this white textured, albeit thin leather making up the toe box, which is then nicely accented with that safari print design around the toe box on the mudguard. Now I have heard some quite divisive split opinions about the quality of the leather on this shoe. People have told me they love it, other people have told me they hate it so much they're going to send the shoes back. So I guess it really depends on which side of the fence you're sitting on. For me personally, I do feel like it's absolutely fine at the price point. Has a really nice feel to it, has a really nice textured look to it, and overall, I've got absolutely no complaints. It's not as premium as what we saw with the Casinas, for example, but at this price point, just for an Air Max 1, I've definitely got no real issues with it. I do feel like the more you wear it, the more it is going to crease up, and that might be a put off for some people, and it did definitely used to be a put off for me. But these days, I just tend to wear my shoes and don't really worry about those kind of things. So if you're happy with the toe box creasing, absolutely you shouldn't have any issues with it whatsoever. And then when it does come to the safari print around the mudguard, as always, when it comes to an Air Max 1, absolutely beautiful as always. From there, as we then work our way further back the shoe, on both the U-throw as well as in the quarter midfoot panel, we do have a slight shake up with this sail textured leather. Almost maybe not too dissimilar to what we may have seen previously with the white patters, and I have actually seen some people calling these the poor man's white patters. I won't call it that for obvious reasons. £155, this can't be a poor man's anything for me. But as somebody that doesn't own the white patters, having that texture design to this midfoot portion, I'm definitely not going to complain about it. Again, it's more in terms of aesthetics than feel, but overall, I definitely did think it was a really nice design choice. And then in the middle of the midfoot itself, just like what we saw with the mudguard, we have the absolutely exquisite safari print making up this Nike swoosh. From there, as we then work our way onto the ankle collar, we'll start off with the top eye stays to begin with, and they have been constructed using this almost UNC coloured TPU material. And then around the eye stays themselves, we do have more of that sail leather material once again. As we then work our way onto the ankle collar, making up the ankle collar itself, we do have more of that really nice white leather material, just like what we saw with the toe box. And as we reach the heel, it is slightly more of the same, so we have more of that safari print design around the base. In the middle, we have more of that sail textured leather, and then in the middle, we do have that Nike Air branding, looking absolutely beautiful as always. Now, when it does come to the lacing options for this one, unfortunately, this shoe does only come with one set of laces, and the laces themselves, in my humble opinion, are absolutely awful. Now, they do have this like almost waxy coating feel to them, which I'm just not a fan of at all. I think these definitely could have done without these laces, and I will definitely be swapping them out for just your basic flat white shoelaces, but that's just my take on it. If you like how they look, that's absolutely fine, but for me, it's just not a design choice that I was a big fan of. And then the laces themselves do sit atop a white leather tongue at the base, which is actually really nice and soft to the touch. At the top of the tongue, we then have a sail tongue tag, which does also feature that Nike Air Max branding once again. And as we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we do just have your pretty basic white nylon material making up the sock liner. And then as we work our way even further onto the inside, we just have your pretty basic insole, which is done in that mostly all white colour, and does also feature that Nike Air branding. And then just to close that in terms of the details, as we do work our way down to the midsole, we do have your polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit towards the heel, and the midsole itself has been painted in that really nice sail colour. I do kind of wish they would have actually tinted the air unit in that UNC colour to tie into the outsole as well as the eye stays, but overall, nothing really to complain about. And from there, as we do work our way onto the outsole itself, we do have your traditional style of Air Max 1 outsole with that waffle design, and it has been done in that mostly all black colour, but we do have a nice shake up towards the heel with that UNC blue, which does also feature some Nike Air branding, very very nice as always. Now, when it does come to the overall sizing for these, I went true to size with a UK size 9. Unfortunately enough, in the UK, both men's and women's sizing is exactly the same. So just go with whatever you would typically wear in Air Maxes, and that'll be the best bet for you. So if you're a UK size 9, just get a UK size 9. If you live further afield in the States, there is size conversions you can do just to kind of make sure you're getting the right size. But in general, overall, true to size is definitely going to be your best bet. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know. So we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say they are a very solid 8 out of 10 for me. As I was saying at the start of the video, this is definitely a perfect summer shoe for me, having a mostly all white and sail colourway. Of course we have the safari print, little hits of UNC blue, and just overall, this shoe is going to go with a bunch of different fits, and especially when it's booming hot in the summer, this is a really great sneaker to have. Maybe not as ventilated as a regular Air Max 1 because it has a leather toe box, but because it's slightly thinner than a regular one that you might normally expect, I do feel like overall, even though it's a leather toe box, you really shouldn't have any issues with it. And overall, it's a pretty clean look. It is still readily available as far as I'm concerned, over than those bigger sizes. So if you are looking to pick these up, I definitely would say this is definitely worth the pick up in my opinion. I would love to get your guys' opinion on it as well, so do let me know what you think of my rating. Let me know what you think of these shoes and any other thoughts. Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, as always, I do just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one. Peace.